What should I say now?
Nothing.
That's mean. I'm not gonna say anything for the rest of the podcast.
Deal. Deal.
Ain't no smoking in here.
Episode 13, we not sure what we doing, but somehow it seemed to be working. I know these words sting, but you know for earthlings, sticks and stones are worse things than cursing. And running you over is worse than reversing. But my moral compass is searching, and I've had worse dreams, real disturbing, reoccurring, tossing, turning, thoughts is burning. I guess that's the cost of learning in the world where the cross is burning. But I digress, it's just hard to digest some of the feelings inside my chest, but that ain't why I'm stressed. Inside my head, I know I'm the best, but I don't know what's next except episode 13. We not sure what we doing, but somehow it seemed to be working. I said episode 13. I'm exactly sure what I'm doing, and this is why it's working. Let's go.
It's 13 minutes past the hour. I am your host, Rexo, or Jared. Still not sure about that. A thin yellow film has fallen on every flat surface in the South, commonly known as pollen, foreignly known as pollen. I'm joined at the door table by a few of my fantastic, fearless, fresh, fascinating, fabulous, flashy, fetch, fun, funny, favorite, best f***ing friends. Quozo's here, Bobby G's here, Pat's here, Chauncey's back. Here at the RTB Pod, we know that God gave us 2 ears and 1 tongue so that we would listen more and talk less, but this is a podcast, so we kind of got to do the opposite of that. But we would like to thank you for listening. We have almost nothing to cover today, but doesn't matter. We're going to get into it anyway. Without further ado, what's up, guys?
Nothing much. Why are you punching me?
My back kind of hurts. Other than that, nothing.
Your back hurts.
My knee hurts.
We're punching.
This is a good alliteration at the beginning.
April Fools?
Very good alliteration.
No, it's just adjectives. Adjectives.
It all started with an F, didn't it?
Mm-mm.
What?
Best was in there.
Best friends.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Fantastic.
4.
F***ing.
No.
All right.
Did you see about the dolphins?
Which dolphins?
The dolphins in France?
No. What about them?
Yeah.
You gonna tell us about them?
1,100 dead dolphins have washed up on France's
That's a ton of dolphins.
shores
Wow.
since January.
Oh, well that
Yeah, you make
That's
it sound like
important.
1,100 dolphins are just chilling on the shore dead.
That's still a lot of
That is still a lot
That
of
is still a
dolphins. It's more than one a day, which
Just
is a
are not
lot.
as smart as we thought they were.
were those the mind-finding dolphins?
Nah, they were heavily mutilated with fins cut off.
Dolphin soup.
It's the
Fishing
megalodon
nets.
coming back. Did y'all see about the shark, that huge great white shark whose head was bit off by an even bigger shark?
Yeah, I watched the Meg.
It's fake news.
It's not fake news. You fake news.
You got any proof?
Yes, there's a video on the internet about it. Where
Of the
it shows,
picture?
There's also a video of flat Earth on the internet.
I can make it. I can
Oh
cut
my
a shark's head off
God.
with a knife.
Flat Earth
No,
is
you
real.
cannot.
Why?
Because you can't.
The thing was big. That Justin's head was like 3 times the size of the guy standing next to it.
You had a big knife.
On a. Oh my god, I'm done. You know what?
What about a chainsaw?
You can't take a chainsaw in the water.
Yes, you can. You just can't get the motor underneath the water.
Yeah, I was enjoying
What do you
my
know
time
good
off.
then?
You could do it on a boat.
I'm done.
All right, see you later, Bobby G. Thanks for stopping by.
No
It
problem.
was good to have you on episode 13. Drive safe. Don't rub your fingers in the pollen on my golf cart on your way out.
What if I draw you a picture in the pollen?
Nah. It's brand new, guys. 1,100 dolphins have washed up on France's shores since January. It's unclear what's causing the spike in deaths. Apparently they're supposed to use acoustic repellents.
Thought you said they were mutilated.
Many of them were heavily mutilated and fins cut off.
I'd say that's the cause.
Is that before or after they washed
I
up?
think they can live with a
Exactly.
fin off.
Because
Yeah,
if 11, how many of them were mutilated?
many.
How many is many?
I'm just reading the facts. bro.
900 were mutilated. Does that help you?
3.
It changes things for sure.
3 of
If
them.
100 were mutilated versus many is 100 to me, but if 100 are mutilated, that probably means there's another cause.
There's
if
a
900 are
1,000 of 'em.
mutilated, just
there's an extra 200 that died too.
How gross is? Have you ever seen a dead dolphin on the beach?
Nope.
Nope.
1,100
Yeah, but how many at one time? You know, I mean,
What do you
20
do with
would be-
dead dolphin bodies?
in 3 months. 1,100,
yeah, I mean, what's that? An average of a day?
Do you like
90 divided by
bury 'em?
1100.
like 3
300,
That is wild.
400.
a
No,
day.
a day,
Oh, a day?
That's a
I thought you
month.
meant a month.
which would then boil down to what's that, like 10 a day?
12.2. And the 0.2 would be a fin, probably.
That would be. I would move, dude. I would move if I lived in a place where 12 dolphins were. I don't care what the cause is. I'm leaving.
I might see 12 dolphins a year
Right.
on a beach
Snowflake.
trip.
No, I'm not sticking around to see what that is.
You're
'cause
swimming in that water?
It starts
I
with
don't like to
dolphins,
swim in the ocean anyways.
and
Why?
then it turns into people.
Scared of sharks?
No, it's just sticky, salty. I don't like it.
So you just go down on beach trips
The
and
beach.
just camp
Do
out.
you don't get in the
Just
water?
look.
Yeah, I do. I just don't like it.
You suffer through it.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Cassie said she may not get back in because
Y'all
an
ever got caught in a
octopus is going
riptide?
to kill her.
That happened to me last time I went to the beach.
An octopus killed you?
Yes.
What'd you do?
Still
About, like-
look alive to me.
Well, it wasn't real bad. I think it was a riptide, or that's what I assume it, because I couldn't get back to the beach, so I just had to like ride it out, and we ended up like a hike down. You know what I mean? And like, and finally you wash up, and then you got to walk like half a mile back. It was crazy. It wasn't like terrible, but I see how people die.
Do you know what you're supposed to do?
No.
Ball up.
You're supposed to swim parallel with the beach.
Well, that's what. Yeah, so that's essentially what we did.
Yeah.
Because you swim with it.
You don't really have a choice, but you're supposed to
Right.
swim parallel.
Don't
with
fight
the-
it.
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking is don't like.
Don't swim with it, though, either.
Yeah. Don't try to fight it.
Or swim with it.
What do you do?
Wait, so you swim against it parallel to the beach.
No.
So you go upstream.
You want to swim perpendicular to the fight.
This is absolutely unhelpful. Do not-
Parallel with the sand.
These are parallel, Chauncey.
I know what parallels
This is
are.
perpendicular.
I know what they are. I know which one's adjacent and which one isn't.
So the riptide is
Jason.
perpendicular to the beach, pulling you away from the shore. Sure. You want to swim out of it, perpendicular to the riptide, parallel with the beach. Don't swim with it because it's just going to take you out far.
So the riptide runs away from the beach.
Yeah.
Okay. The way I was thinking
Just
to
think
make
of
the
it-
sound, it runs along the beach.
No, it rips you away from the
Yeah.
shore.
It's super weird. This again, like I said, this wasn't. I never felt like my life was threatened, but I did feel like I couldn't do what I wanted to, which is an uncomfortable feeling.
In
Like a
water,
river.
I would not
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I would not like that.
Especially in like like when you try to swim upstream and it's terrible in a river. It's super weird in the ocean because the water's kind of going everywhere, so there's no like real direction. Like in a river, you look downriver and you're like, okay, I can swim that way.
Waterfall.
Yeah. Well, what?
You swim towards the light in the ocean.
Well, I wasn't. Well, I mean, I was going up and down. I wasn't like underwater though.
Have a vest on.
I should have had a vest on.
Should have had a vest on.
Yeah.
Vest save lives.
Be a good investment.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Did y'all know Jeff Bezos is coming to Huntsville? I don't think he's actually coming to Huntsville, but y'all know
He
his
bought a house next to me.
Blue Origins is his like.
Wait, what?
No, it's absolutely untrue.
I met him.
His private
And his
space
new girlfriend.
company's coming. Y'all know that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Trying to compete with Elon.
No, they're nowhere near the same. Elon discusses it.
What does he say?
If you look at the rocket trajectory of
Whoa, wait. Bobby G's back.
yeah.
Didn't take long.
So a lot of what Blue Origin does is low Earth orbit
Yeah.
launches was pretty much like they don't even go half the distance that the SpaceX rockets are going up.
I'm sure Elon articulated that very politely. And
Yeah, he did. He was like, it pisses me off. These nerds think they're anywhere near as good as me. I
but
don't
what is
think
the
so.
intention of like? What do you get from like low orbit stuff?
Well, a lot of
Skynet.
yeah, pretty much.
Does anybody want to elaborate?
So a lot of like the satellites that have like one specific purpose that are very short lived. They'll go into low Earth orbit because they'll come back down in a couple of years. And when they talk about like putting Wi-Fi over the entire Earth, I'm sure y'all have heard that.
Yeah.
They want to do it with satellites, and the big debate is like low Earth orbit satellites or high Earth orbit, because low Earth would give you less latency. You'd be faster to talk to them, and high Earth it would be longer latency, but you wouldn't have to replace them every 5 years. It'd be a lot.
Why don't we
longer.
do both?
That's dumb.
Okay. Good to know.
be really expensive.
But yeah, they started. They're moving dirt for his company. It's off of
Everybody's moving here.
Research Park
Get out of Huntsville, people.
by Dynetics
It's my place.
on Pegasus Drive.
Too late now. They took
You
over.
mean
FBI.
Dino, Rocket, Aerojet,
No, I don't mean that.
Rocket Dime.
Rocket Dine,
I
Aerojet?
don't mean any of that.
Elon Musk ditches space travel for SoundCloud rap.
That's not true.
I'm so
That's
excited.
not true.
He dropped a song called Rest in Peace, Harambe.
Can we hear that?
No,
I need a 9-second clip of that.
I mean not on the podcast, but it's
If it's
heavily
on SoundCloud,
it's heavily auto-tuned.
he did not do that.
I listened to it this morning.
Check it.
It was great.
It's great.
I have no evidence of this on the internet.
Is it a fake tweet?
It wasn't a tweet. I went to SoundCloud and listened to it.
Oh man, nobody goes to SoundCloud and just listens to anything.
It was a
anymore.
link.
Who you click on every SoundCloud link you get?
No, I clicked on the link that said Elon Musk raps. I don't think he rapped either. I think it was just his label.
He has a rap label.
Yeah, Rest in Peace Harambe or something like that.
That's not real.
Okay.
I mean, there are Google articles.
That's where I found it on Google.
Yeah.
I'm checking this out. I will give you an update.
I like
Nothing on the
Elon Musk.
internet's real. That's what we learned earlier about the shark head.
What?
Yeah, the shark head.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
taking the chainsaw in the water.
No, that chainsaw wouldn't start.
Underwater.
Underwater.
It wouldn't start, but what if you started it above water and then went underwater?
Mm.
Yeah, you'd
You'll
be
choke out.
Nah.
Choke out a shark.
What if you ran a tube from the exhaust to above?
Gave it a snorkel, if you will.
Why don't you just
Chainsaw
use the
snorkel?
exhaust to kill the shark?
They give them the Jeeps. I don't see why they couldn't give it to a chainsaw.
Mm.
I think you just put your chainsaw in like a Ziploc
Yeah.
and leave the chain out.
Right.
That's pretty smart.
Zip tie it tight at the base.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that fish? It's kind of like looks like a shark. It's got a chainsaw on the front of it.
It's not a chainsaw.
A swordfish?
It's more like a hedge clipper.
Yeah. It's not gas
Well,
powered.
turn your chainsaw sideways and see what that looks like.
A hedge clipper?
Touche.
I know what you mean, though. It does have squared corners on the end. Chainsaws are
Yeah, they should
round.
rename it to hedge clipper fish.
For real. Chainsaw fish was dumb.
Is that what I don't think it's called either
It's
of
a
those things.
swordfish.
I'm thinking sawfish.
Sawfish. I thought it was a swordfish.
Well, that's a different thing.
No, swords and saws are different.
I'm well aware they're different.
Okay. I was just checking. You never know.
What if I use swords at work to do trim?
I would say
Instead
your,
of saws.
your YouTube videos
I
would
just gotta-
blow up.
I just got to use that and cut that crown angle just right. Compound.
You should train with like a you'll need like a real katana though.
For sure. It's got to be a real one.
No, but you can't just
Yeah,
Yeah, those
no,
fake
no.
katanas. be
You
pissing me off.
can't use
Talking about
anything
cutting wood with.
other than a katana.
You're not
though.
gonna
Yeah.
cut wood with a katana.
For sure.
No.
What are you gonna cut it with a longsword?
No, literally anything that's modern technology.
No, not if you're trying to make a video about doing trim with swords.
And I am.
That's not gonna be very good trim work.
You don't know me.
Yeah, I have full faith in
I don't
Rexo.
believe that trim would stand up to the force that a sword would need to cut through it cleanly. I think you would have some chips and such.
It looks like a gator.
I could cut some hedges with that.
Sawfish.
Huh.
Chainsaw fish.
Hedge clipper
Hedge clipper
for
fish.
sure.
Look on TV. The hedge clippers are on TV now.
That's wild.
Dude, I'm telling you,
He's
they're
trimming those
listening
wrong.
to us.
Yeah, they're all the way plugged in.
That's
He needs
crazy.
to be going the other
I'm
way. It
getting
needs
outta
to be
here.
going down.
I gotta get out of here.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
That's it for today.
Nope.
Tune in next week when we'll be playing American history
X.
trivia.
Is that what we're doing next week?
Hmm.
Why don't we
I'm
do it
really
this
good at
week?
American history. Watch
Wait,
out.
can we get a
Good.
taste of it right now?
No.
Why, please?
Are you putting it
Who was
together?
the first president of the United States?
George Washington,
That's correct.
Thomas More for the real people out there.
I won't be here next week.
Let's go.
Where are you going?
Give me some more American history.
beach.
Are we
Give
going to
us
have
some
an
more.
Get outta
episode
here.
without you?
No, I want more American history.
I
Huh?
really doubt that.
Why?
don't
I
think
really
we can do
hate
it.
kids.
When are you
flossing.
leaving?
Thirsty.
We can
Has
do it
everybody
Wednesday
got
night.
everybody got the code for here?
Pat does.
Okay.
We don't know how to
But-
do all those buttons over there.
Yeah, we do.
We can figure it out.
I'm not editing a podcast with just y'all. Actually,
I
that
can
would be
edit
kind
it.
of fun.
I'm the best.
What would be real funny is if you edited it and then edited yourself back into it.
Oh, I could just throughout the thing just be like, yeah.
Yeah. See if you can do it.
And then when Pat asks y'all a question, I'll just take his question out and I'm saying it and worded better and more clearly.
That would be hysterical.
What a
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said. I need
So are y'all enjoying spring?
No.
it's cold outside.
I always forget how miserable the pollen is.
Yes.
I'm always so excited about spring, and then all of a sudden I can't breathe.
Are y'all allergic?
No.
Yeah.
No, but it just
It doesn't affect
obnoxious.
me at all.
Really? I would pay so much money to be that way.
I could snort a line of
You give
pollen
me some
right
money,
now.
I'll make it.
Ooh, go do it outside right
Bet.
now.
Bring it back. Do it off the
Pure,
table.
uncut Alabama pollen.
What if it gave you like
Superpowers?
AIDS.
Yeah,
a high or something, and we just invented the next drug?
dude.
It would be hard to monetize since it's everywhere.
But we wouldn't have to tell people what it was.
You wouldn't figure out your
Look like
pollen.
pollen.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Nah, it ain't pollen."
Nah, bro.
That's how they figured out everything.
My
This is
nose
that-
smells like a florist. It's not pollen.
See, in Colombia, the pollen is white.
Not true at all.
In Jamaica, it's brown.
What you mixing with a gunpowder?
Y'all think that's kind of far fetched, but think about like
People do that.
weed.
Hey, did you listen to that podcast I sent you?
Mushrooms.
Yeah,
True.
I did. I started it. It was like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, I didn't realize how
the
long
guy's
ago.
pretty smart.
Did
Too
you
smart
enjoy
for
it?
me.
I was kind of wondering if you would like, after you said I'll listen to it, I started really thinking about it. I was like,
Yeah,
it's a big commitment. Like,
yeah. I didn't have that much time, but he was.
Have y'all listened to S-Town?
yeah, I enjoyed it.
No, what's S-Town?
It's a 8-hour commitment to Scandal in the state of Alabama.
Oh, is it like a
It's
season
the
episode?
strangest thing I've ever listened to, but it was like so good at the same time. Weird.
You better go ahead and listen to it before they make it in the movie.
I think they're working on it.
I'll wait
aren't
for the
they?
movie.
What?
It's
The
always better
podcast is always
anyways.
better than the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that the new? The book's always better than the movie.
It is.
First of all,
it is.
the movie's always better than the book.
No, it's not.
You can't
Name one book
situation.
and movie. Book you've read, movie you've seen.
Name one book that's better
What, a
than the
Harry
movie.
Potter's
Yeah.
better in book form or
Ender's
movie
Game.
form?
Wrong.
100%.
Wrong.
Book form?
Yeah.
Hey, Ready
Anybody else got
Player
any?
Where the red fern grows.
Wrong.
Ready Player One did great with interpretation of Ender's Game.
I hate you.
So much.
I would agree with that.
Did y'all see where
That
that?
you hate him.
Both.
Both. Well,
I watched one book,
What's that? What book was that?
The Man of Ove, or something like that. Of Oscar.
did you read and watch?
The book was better that time because some idiot in a different country besides ours made it without English.
Some idiot in a different
So you had to
country,
read
but
subtitles?
That's a sound clip.
Is that what I heard?
So first of all, I read the book and in English,
Right.
and then they made it
Well, I
in
know
a
you
foreign
did.
language, so I read subtitles again in
So
the movie.
essentially, you read the book twice.
Yeah, but their interpretation was stupid on the movie because I just didn't do it right.
They made you read during the movie.
I love your critical analyses.
Well, I wasn't ready for this. I'll write it down and come back, and then you really will love my critical analyses.
I'm so done.
With
In
it.
what?
You. Sitting
Me?
over there saying just absolutely nothing.
Are you gonna leave again?
Yeah, I'm out of here again.
Thanks. Thanks for stopping by. See you next week. No, I'm not going to be here. They'll see you next week if you come.
Maybe it'd just be me and Pat. That would be weird.
What would it sound like?
Yeah, what would y'all talk about right
what would
now?
me and Pat talk about?
All right, all y'all shut up and we'll show you.
What do you want to talk
Could y'all
about?
talk
Pat?
about fatherhood?
You could give me like a fatherly. I finally heard that when I finished in the outro when you added that.
I don't know what you mean.
Wait, are you pregnant?
No.
Oh.
He's a boy.
Congratulations.
But I could use some advice. People give the worst advice. By
I
the
give
way.
the best advice.
What do you
you
want, a
get
boy
pregnant?
or a girl?
You just never listen.
I don't know. See,
Boys all day.
me and Tish were talking about this, and
I like girl kids better.
I think it would be easier for me to have a girl than her to have a boy,
Why?
because she grew up in an all-girl family. Like, she has a hard time with things like Marvel, which if I have a boy, his room is gonna be
You're not gonna let him choose himself?
no.
Wow, taking away
That
free
little
will.
thing that like spins around their crib is gonna have like Iron Man
Yes,
and
yes.
Captain Marvel
Yeah.
spinning around. So
Only the ones that can really fly.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
be.
who else?
Spider-Man will be hanging from a web.
How did your
Ant-Man.
daughter feel about Captain Marvel?
Ant-Man riding the ant.
See,
Be
it could
tight.
be cool. I don't know. I mean, I
Are you comfortable?
I'm asking you, how did your daughter feel about
Do you
Captain
want to come sit
Marvel?
over here?
Maybe a little bit. Just let me stretch out and be great, Patrick.
They've never seen Captain Marvel.
Why not?
It's
Still
they're
in
not ready
what
for
are the
that.
what are the ages?
6 and 1, but they will both be 7 and 2 in like a month.
The 6-year-old could watch it.
7 and 2 sounds like
Or is
a
it too violent?
Auburn football
It's too
record.
loud. They wouldn't let her watch it.
It does.
Plus, I mean, if you're gonna watch Captain Marvel, I might as well let her watch the other 20 movies.
Straight.
Are you excited about, which, you know, I guess it depends on if they're interested or not. I tell you, the one thing I am excited about a boy is like getting to introduce him to these, because they'll be like classics by the time he's old enough to watch it.
Our
right?
podcast?
No.
Oh.
The Marvel. The Marvel movies. Right?
Yeah.
So you get to sit and rewatch all of
They'll
them.
be like your parents' or I guess my parents' Star Wars.
Right. And Tish can't fight me on that if it's a little boy. She'll have to watch them.
No, she won't.
I don't
Or
want to
she'll
watch
play
them.
I just remember what my dad making me watch older movies with him, and I wasn't real impressed.
Yeah,
But those
I
are
know, but-
different.
Can you
But your
imagine
dad
what their
loved it.
movies are going to be like?
Yeah.
They're not gonna be any different than ours. Like, how much better can it really get?
I can explain to you very
So dumb.
in very much detail what's going to happen to movies and why they're going to be so
let's
much better.
let's hear it in
'Cause
very great detail. Don't miss
You're
a
gonna be
thing.
You'll be
Please
the star in every
explain.
movie.
Right. No, he's exactly right. It's going to be an immersive experience.
Oh,
where-
you're gonna be VR'd in where you're the hero?
Am I talking or are you talking?
Both.
Okay.
He's back.
But you'll watch, like, you can watch a movie 6 to 7 times, right? Because you can
And you choose a different path.
take a different perspective on it entirely
Like
every
in
time.
Bandersnatch.
Which would be cool, right? If you could create a movie where,
You're the hero
like, you think about,
or the villain. Choose your destiny.
especially comic books, right? Because they've now made the villains so relatable.
Yeah.
So it would be cool
in
to be able to,
Spider-Man,
like,
I wanted the Vulcan
See both
villain.
experiences.
Then mine might get cut.
Yes. I don't know. I think it would be wild, especially if you had like a.
No! Why'd you mute me, dude?
Oh, I forgot we had that mic on.
Yeah. Anyway,
Are you back?
Am I back?
so it's gonna make watching a movie just the most boring thing ever, right?
boring.
That sucks. don't
I
want
think
that
so
to happen.
too. I hate the idea of VR and AI in general.
Why?
Like the more I learn about
I
it,
saw a
the
meme
more
the
I
other day.
hate it.
It's like 1970s. Don't sit in front of the TV or burn your eyes out. 2019. Just strap that to your face.
It is true.
Guess they were wrong about that.
I hate all that. Like, I hate that that's going to be video games. I hate that I'm going to have those conversations with my kids.
What
Like, the things you're
conversations?
going to have to deal with your kids in 20 years. I was listening to another podcast where they were talking about AI and just, like, how, you know, like, automation with even cars, right, is going to change.
I don't want that in my car.
I don't want it either. And I don't, you
It's
know.
already here.
It's already here.
Yeah,
you
self-driving
can't buy a brand
cars.
new car anymore because they're just shoving robots in it.
Right. The real issue, though, for me, when I was listening, because they were talking about the ethics of these sex robots.
Wait, what?
Dude, this is. Ow! Yeah, I'm about to break this down for you. This is crazy.
Mute him.
This is. do you want to think about it and what that's gonna do to our culture?
Hold on, let me ask you a question. Would you bang a robot?
No, under no circumstances.
I mean, if the robot was thick, bro.
Have you?
no.
He said, have you? Have you?
Here's my question. Why not?
Because it's not real.
Well,
So?
other than just the like.
Would it be cheating?
Yes.
No.
I think
It's a
personally.
robot.
What, you don't think it would be cheating?
Well, okay, so with all
don't know.
with all of that,
What's a vibrator then?
that well, okay, so that depends on
Cheating.
your terms of agreement with your partner. Like, the rules you make are the rules you make, right? And I'm not going to question anybody else's.
The zone we own is the zone we own.
Right, like you do your thing, but at the same time, for me, you think about the psychological repercussions of that being rampant in our culture.
Yeah, banging robots.
it's gonna like
Let me get in that robot
ruin.
booty.
In my opinion, it's gonna ruin the idea of love.
What if
Hey,
it doesn't
dog.
have artificial
But think
intelligence?
about
It's just
this.
a doll.
So your love is based on sex.
Whoa.
No.
Think about
Two
this.
valid questions here. One at a
Vibrating-
time, please.
Hey, can we slow down and take this a little bit?
Vibrating vaginas, dude.
Can we take this slowly, please? Because this is a terrifying thing
That's
to
what
me.
she said.
The robot will say that to you.
All right, go ahead.
You can type in whatever you want it to say.
More.
I'm so. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
You trying to
You're
have a
big
serious
boy.
discussion with
What did you think was gonna happen?
I want to have a serious discussion about this.
Okay,
do or
let's
you don't?
get cereal.
I do.
Let's get cereal. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
Well,
why you.
okay, so-
At what point? At what level of intelligence does it have to be considered cheating?
I don't think you should put AI
I'm not
in
gonna.
sex
I'm not
dolls.
gonna do the terms of agreement for another person's relationship. I know people have weird relationships out there, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell other people what's right and wrong. I'll never do that.
I'll do it.
My issue with it is the is the repercussions both physiologically and psychologically, and what it does to, I think the major thing you'll see initially is it'll lower reproduction rates
That
a
would be
lot.
Good, we
awesome.
got-
But
Which-
are we overpopulated right now?
You're
though?
not. I'm not saying that
Very
that's
overpopulated.
Like,
a wrong
Humans
thing at
can't
all.
feed what they have now, so less kids might be cool.
Right.
You think robots can't get pregnant?
Yes. I've seen Rick and Morty. They can.
But there was another thing I was listening to recently that asked the question, are we just the caterpillar to the butterfly that's going to come? So like maybe the human turns into the robot?
We already are.
How?
We already are cyborgs.
Well, there is something to be
Alright,
said about
Elon.
that.
I said, all right, Elon.
No,
It's attached to me.
I think you're not wrong. I think so. Does the caterpillar fear the butterfly? You know what I
I
mean?
don't think the caterpillar knows what the.
Well, okay, so
Exactly.
exactly,
Just remember
right.
when you praise and
So,
the butterfly.
Would it not make
Don't you ever
sense?
disrespect the caterpillar.
Would it not make sense that
That's a song.
if we were supposed to evolve into something
look at me
else,
like
we
that,
wouldn't
Pat.
know?
I don't think we're supposed to do anything. We're just doing.
Like maybe we evolve into like a full silicone.
So
like,
for your evolution, it goes from like the ape man to humans walking to robots.
Well, we would be androids or
Absolutely.
cyborgs.
well, so you're already getting into this realm where you're replacing hearts and organs with things that aren't even organs.
Things
We're
that
not
can
far
rust.
from that.
But yeah, you can do that. But the whole thing that sets humans apart from is thinking.
It's
the
conscious.
Oh, well, I'm not saying you
Consciousness.
got to
Yes.
get rid of consciousness.
And no more
Not
brains.
necessarily.
As soon as we figure out consciousness in a robot,
As soon as you can download yourself onto a computer, does that take away consciousness?
if you're
No.
80 and they're like, hey, we can put your mind in a
Yes.
computer, you want to go a couple more years? Or are you going to just die or go a couple more years?
I'm gonna die.
I would die.
You're not putting me in.
I
I've seen
agree.
Black Mirror.
I
Because you're
agree.
analyzing what's
Fucking
going on, but you're not experiencing
computer.
what's going on.
I'm fixing to get in a robot and go a couple more years.
So you'd be like Bender from Futurama.
Sure.
Or
Who's
you
that?
Well, you've never seen Futurama.
You called him Bend It?
Bender.
Bender.
Okay.
I'm just like,
Have you seen Black Mirror?
Why would you put yourself in a computer then?
That sounds fun.
Have you seen the ones where they torture people in them for
You know how-
a million years?
I'll be good at chess.
Are you good at chess right now?
No, but I'll have extra help with being half human, half robot.
I don't care.
Are they
about
gonna
chess.
put people in the sex robots?
Oh, what if you get a horrible?
see, did you see why I'm so uncomfortable with all this?
You mean
I
put
wanna
their
go back to, like,
subconscious
this-
into a sex robot?
Yeah. 50s.
Like, what if they put you in a sex robot and you're like, oh my god, stop!
But no one can hear me?
See,
You're just getting
and torture's
screwed by
gonna
some
change.
350-pound dude named Buck.
Wait, why did Buck choose me as a sex?
Off the rails.
Why is the guy's name always Buck?
Because it's fucking funny.
My name is Buck, and I came here to talk.
Oh.
You want me to change the subject?
I can change
No,
the subject.
I wanted to do like a deep analysis of
I mean,
artificial
I can't get
intelligence.
into that stuff.
I need a deep
Why?
because
Why
the
not?
Auburn game's on.
No, I just don't. I
Is
just
it
don't
not
let
some-
myself get into that.
But you got to think about it, right? It's happening
I
to
don't
us.
have to. No.
You don't. You're right. You really
But
don't. But
I just
So you don't prepare for every scenario.
no.
Did y'all
There's
see
no
what that
way.
guy made $120 million from sending random bills to Facebook and Google and then paying it? And then he got arrested.
Say it again.
This guy was just sending like random invoices and bills to Facebook and Google over like the last 10, 15 years, and they kept paying him, and he made like $120 million.
Is that illegal?
Yeah, he got arrested.
Okay.
For what?
Fraud, I think.
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's like, bro, I'd have been in Argentina, you know?
Dude,
Chilling.
and why did you need 120 mil, or
Right,
did you
stop,
need
stop
like
at 20.
a couple hundred, a thousand a year?
I'm
Dude,
sure
if you made a
that's-
couple 100,000, would you stop? You'd be
I'm
like,
sure
gonna
that's a
start.
pretty addictive sport.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Every time you're like, these idiots.
What do you think the first bill was? Like $100?
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Let me see if I can get 1,000.
yeah. Like when
Let's see
you
how many
made that,
thousands.
that first leap to a comma, were you like, oh no? I just sent him a $2,000 bill.
I
turning
bet he was sitting around with his friends and he was like, Facebook and Amazon are not going to pay attention to a $100 bill. Drop 10,000 on them. That's what they're used to paying.
True.
And then they just did that and they're like, okay, whatever, next.
What do you think the biggest bill was?
If he got to 120 million without him noticing,
Right,
he had to
in
get some
10
big
years.
ones in there.
There had to be some
Oh, it
six
was 10
digits.
years?
I would say 6 digits.
Yeah, he had to get into 6 digits. Can you imagine a company so big they didn't notice $100,000?
Easy.
It's
Yeah.
crazy though.
It's not. If you put it in terms and break it down to terms of your money and the amount that you might not notice missing, you would see it's not that crazy.
It's like
Well-
a couple quarters from your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you drop a quarter
City budget.
at the gas
True.
station.
No, that's why that's wild to me
It's like
though.
a couple
'Cause
thousand, maybe.
would you say that there is a local business? There probably is actually local businesses that wouldn't notice $10,000.
Yeah. I mean, a golf cart appeared in my garage, and I didn't notice any money come out.
What? Oh my gosh!
Google Fiber sent me an email
I would have noticed immediately.
a couple
Take
weeks
it back.
ago. They have
We're
separate,
not connected.
They have separate accounts.
Oh, gotcha.
But Google Fiber sent me an email and was like, "Hey, we apologize for your services cutting out for a while. Here's a 57-cent credit to your account."
And you didn't even know it was missing?
No, didn't even know the internet went down.
That's
57
crazy.
cents?
But it's like,
What's 50
appreciate your honesty. Like,
Yeah.
Thank you, Google.
True.
You know?
As far as decency, and that's why they do
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
you feel that like, do you love Google Fiber?
Yeah,
It's so fast.
I know.
I mean,
I got the gigabits
I think
with
it's-
AT&T.
I think it's about the same
pretty
as
good.
like Comcast, but it's just the customer service and how easy everything
Well,
was. And
You probably don't do anything where you would really, really notice either, like
yeah, I don't have any sex robots or anything.
or like video games.
No.
That's where you really.
Oh,
notice.
is sex robots going to need Wi-Fi?
That's a good question.
How much data would a
Clearly.
Oh, if you're streaming different personalities, like let me change it up. Let me get an Asian in there in this robot.
robot?
Robot.
I see where you're going.
Unacceptable.
He likes Asian men. 7 o'clock.
No.
If two mind readers are reading each other's minds at the same time, whose mind are they reading? I
God's.
thought about this a long time. And if mind reading is real,
It's not.
kind of hard to think about.
Yep. I don't think mind reading's the same thing as reading what sentence you're thinking.
Okay, let's say hypothetically
It is.
it is real,
Okay, I think it is real.
and you
It's
can look.
not.
I can see every one of your thoughts, but
Right.
so can you, and you're seeing mine. So whose thoughts are we seeing?
You would
Each
obviously
other's.
just see that each other's trying to see each other, right? And you would stop immediately.
It's like looking in a mirror in front of you and behind you on a different angle,
Yeah, and you just no, I'm done.
and you
Pull
just
back.
goes on forever.
Pull back.
Pat, what's the score?
It's halftime, 35-30,
Kentucky or
Kentucky.
Don't worry, we came out last game after halftime,
Yeah.
hitting our threes.
Y'all ever seen
Let's wrap
them
this up.
retro ads
I'm sorry.
seen
for
what?
like cigarettes and stuff and how crazy they are? Because I saw one the other day and I was like, wow, that's crazy. The companies are like that and they're still like that. They just can't be as blatant.
They used to.
It's a picture of a pregnant woman smoking Winston's. And it says, taste isn't the only reason I smoke. People are always telling me smoking causes low birth weight. Talk about a win-win-win. An easy labor, a slim baby, and the full flavor of Winston's. How crazy is that?
Aggressive. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I went to Birmingham this weekend.
What'd you
Last
do?
weekend.
These brookies are amazing.
Went to some restaurants and
Was that for
went
the baby?
hiking.
Oh, yeah.
Did a little hiking in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
Did
To
you
the
find-
Vulcan.
Did you listen to that song, Paint Me in Birmingham?
Nah.
Everywhere I go, I listen to the song of the city.
Where was Charleston? Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, definitely. Ba, ba, ba.
Boston.
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 The band Boston.
Boston.
I never heard of him.
Boston.
Never heard of it.
I was thinking that Irish band was. I sat it on that top sail and I lost my leg.
The Departed. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dropkick
It's pretty good. You did pretty good there.
That was good.
Which part?
It sounded just like the song.
The lyrics or the song part?
Both.
Okay. Give me my flowers while I'm still alive to smell them.
Let me take
Ja
that in
Rule
for a
said
second.
that.
What'd you say, Chauncey?
Yeah, do you want us to talk about your shoes?
No.
Yes, he does.
What are you
said
doing?
Ja
Very
Rule said
proud of
that.
it.
I'm comfortable.
You
I see.
animal.
I see where you got them now that they're up.
Yep.
Why are you wearing George's shoes?
I thought it said Gucci at first. It's clearly George.
Fine, I'm going down there. So I get my
Those
shoes
are
at Walmart.
Those are
What?
house slippers.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
for sure.
Dude, I got a
Isn't that-
robe the other day.
Isn't that
Did you
cool?
think I was confused?
No, it's not cool. You don't even care anymore, do you?
No. I mean, dude, I'm tired. I've been
I
busy.
mean, look how plain your jacket is.
What do you want from me?
Yeah, dude, we were doing landscaping at his house at like 9 o'clock at night.
night. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm ready.
You want to go play around?
No, this is me playing around. I came here to
Play.
vent and play and.
You want to hit
hang out.
9?
You ever think about how weird it is that 100 years ago everybody had a horse, only the rich had cars, and now everybody's got cars, but the rich have horses?
Where's my mind-blown explosion? I don't have that, do I?
I don't think so. I've never heard it.
That's my brain.
That's it.
It's not really that wild.
That's crazy. It is pretty wild.
Holy moly! You're welcome.
No, it's just
That was just by the H's and the horses.
there's
Y'all
want, there's want and needs.
Do y'all know how the automatic telephone exchange?
I wasn't
was-
done with
was
horses and
created?
cars.
Yes, I do.
Or horsepower.
Yes, I do actually. Back to pettiness.
Yeah, back to pettiness. In 1888, Almond Brown Stronger, an undertaker, noticed he was losing a lot of business to the other undertaker in his town. He found out that the other undertaker's wife was a telephone operator. When she intercepted people asking to be connected to Stronger's funeral home, the operator would route the call to her husband's funeral home instead. 3 years later, Stronger patented the automatic telephone exchange system,
That's my ride or die.
which allowed telephone users to make calls without the need for human operators, ending a whole workforce.
Oh yeah. Not only am I going to get my business back, but your wife's out of a job.
Well,
That still goes on to this day.
Pettiness is the most motivating thing in the world, I think.
I don't even.
That
have-
sounds like competitiveness.
Petty's not
Same
something I
thing.
put in my.
Competitiveness. Which part was competitive to you? The rerouting of the call or the
Both of
coming
which
up
were
with a new
petty.
system
Trying to make your business better than the other business.
by using your wife?
No, by inventing a new product.
So which one was the most competitive of the two?
The guy that was getting screwed in the
The
beginning.
winner.
Yeah, the one that
The winner.
The one that destroyed a whole workforce.
The winner.
Not only.
But they were, when telephones became like real popular, there weren't enough people to run telephone exchange system.
You want to know how caller ID got started?
How?
I mean, I want to know too.
Probably because people got tired of people calling them and not knowing who it was.
Like, who does
I guarantee you
I
it
don't
was
pick up if I don't know who
irritation
it is.
of telemarketers.
And we're going through the same thing today.
Yeah, now they're cloning phone numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Competitiveness. That's
I
what
think
that is.
Jared's calling me, but it's something about my car insurance. And
Yeah.
She ain't even my agent.
Dude, if I get one more call about the warranty on my car,
Or my credit card that I don't have.
right?
your
Or my
student loans.
student loans.
Yes.
Holy
Golly. You ever think about the fact every time you clean something, you get something else dirty?
The rag.
One time I thought about dropping soap, and is the soap dirty or is the floor clean?
So,
I think it switches.
Oh, so then I need to bathe in the floor.
Yeah.
I've seen my dogs rub their face on the floor before.
And why is it the shower's always so dirty? You know what I mean? Like, you would think it would always be clean.
Why is
right?
your shower dirty?
When the showers get dirty, you don't clean your shower?
Daily.
I try.
Do you have the little scrubbing bubble stand that missed your shower once an hour?
I do it manually.
Oh man, every day.
Also, I have a toothbrush.
Clean
update.
myself first, and then the shower, and then my hands.
So do you scrub your shower when it's still wet?
Yeah.
I know shower cleaning tips.
You know what I used to do?
I take my toothbrush and get in the edges.
Clean the grout.
And then you brush your teeth.
Well, you gotta brush the toothbrush out in the water first, and then you brush your teeth,
I
or
used
vice
to-
versa.
One time I
This
used.
dude.
I had a
Too
electric
much money.
pressure washer.
You talking about the time you made your butthole bleed?
No, that was a bidet.
That was a different time.
No.
Did I tell that story on this podcast?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
I brought it up.
You said you were on all fours in front of the toilet,
I told that story.
and your
Yeah.
butthole was bleeding.
Oh my god.
No, you never told that story.
Oh.
But you just did.
And then the doctor
I mean,
stuck
it's-
a
How did you
finger
know
up
your
your booty.
butthole was bleeding if you were on all fours?
Well, it took a couple days.
So you were just staining your drawers?
No. So how you find out is when you go to the bathroom again.
You had a
Yeah,
red
problems.
red marker in your tidy whities.
I don't have whitey tighties.
I think it's tidy whitey
Okay, well,
for
whatever.
alphabetical
No,
purposes.
I did have to go to the doctor, and it was a very uncomfortable exchange of information.
I mean, he's a
And
doctor.
She,
A woman stuck her finger up your bum?
dude, can you not?
I mean, it's her
And
job.
Did you
no,
like
there was no
it?
finger.
Oh, her whole hand.
What?
No, that's not how any of this works. Have you ever been to the doctor?
Yeah, I've never gotten my finger up my though.
You know?
How old are you?
23.
Oh, you got time.
You got time, bro.
You got time.
Live your life.
You
Live your
got
best
7
life.
years,
Have you?
bro.
No, not yet.
Who has in this room?
I had to because I had a condition. Okay.
One person.
Oh, you know they say 1 in 5 people are gay.
Is that what that means?
Everybody started looking around the room counting.
I haven't heard that stat before.
I don't think
I'm
it's,
just making it up because he got a finger up. his
1 in
butt.
5 will have STD.
Thank God.
nah, dude. You start bleeding from places you're uncomfortable with, you'll do a lot to figure out what's going on.
Pretty
I
much
promise.
you.
I would just ignore
butter
it until
your-
it went away.
Me
Nah,
too. I would have
Yeah.
done it also.
Yeah,
I'd have been like, it's probably that water jet that went up my butt. It'll heal. It'll work itself out. Ain't no need to get a finger up there.
All right, next topic.
Next topic.
I was watching The
toothbrush.
Office,
Oh.
and Michael was spreading rumors about everybody in the office, and he said Andy was gay.
Yeah.
And Andy was so mad at the end. He was like, "Michael, am I gay?" he couldn't tell.
Stanley was cheating.
Yeah, and he went to Andy went to Oscar and
Jim
was like,
and Pam are
"What do you
pregnant."
think? Am I?"
Jim and Pam were pregnant. That's how they
Yeah,
leaked
that's how
out.
they got out of it.
This morning I saw a video, and it's Pam riding the subway in New York with her daughter. And it was like the stuff you see in New York City. And I watched that video 3 times before I realized Pam was the one you need to be looking at, not her daughter. Because I was like, why is we watching this little girl? She's not famous.
I hate when I see things, and this is happening more and more often now in my life. I'll see memes and stuff that I have no reference to any of it or what's going on it.
Know your memes, bro.
Man, sometimes I just got to read the thread of the comments.
Oh
and then
yeah, like
Get
That'll
clued
fix
in.
everything.
I know, but I don't. What am I like? What is this world coming to, man?
No,
What
you're
do you
getting to
mean?
that age where you can become your parents or evolve.
Ooh.
What are you gonna do?
I'm evolved, bro. I like mumble rap.
Wow.
Who's your favorite mumble
Yeah,
rapper?
but do you like play Minecraft and watch anime?
No.
Then
I-
you're not evolved.
How's that
outgrew that.
evolve?
Yeah,
That's- you
nobody
gotta-
does that anymore.
That's what all the memes are about now. Anime and Minecraft, all of them.
Never
I
seen
don't,
one.
I don't think that's true. I'm looking at memes right now. I haven't seen a single
Okay,
one about
you-
Minecraft or anime.
What meme do you see right now?
It's some dude where he's offering a service where you pay me $45 and I protect you for the night. I will be your personal gargoyle. I will perch myself upon your bed in your room and watch over you as you sleep.
That's a long meme.
That's a Craigslist.
That's
It's
not a
a
meme.
Craigslist.
That's just a creepy thing to say.
Anything's a meme. If you
See,
call
I'm
it
not
a
with
meme.
those memes. Maybe I am getting left behind.
Did you know that trying to win a game of rock, paper, scissors is as hard as trying to lose it?
You know, I got Cassie the other night. It was late. We were like, the dogs went to the door, and she goes, "It's your turn." And I said, "Nope." And she said, "Rock, paper, scissors for it." And for the past 5 years, I've only thrown rock.
You and my brother. Oh my gosh! It took me 5 years to figure it out.
And then, like I told her, I beat her sometimes with just the rock, and I'm like, I only throw rock. And then the other night, I threw out some scissors, and she said, "That's not fair. You only throw rock." And I was like, "It's rock, paper, scissors. I have 3 to choose from."
I saw one thing that was
That's a
like,
dirty trick.
I've been teaching my son high five for the past 2 years. Today I'm about to hit him with the too slow. It's time to grow up, kid.
I miss that too slow. Everybody just completes the 5 now.
I know.
Up, high, down, low, too slow.
They do it with the
Because
bump
it's bullying,
and you
if
do the
pull it away.
You slide under their fist?
Yeah.
And just keep
Submarine.
walking past? Teach me the things.
What things?
You know, things like that so I can stay relevant.
That's a
There's
thing.
like-
That's been a thing for like 10 years. Ever since
High
the
five, down low, in
Two
space, in your face.
Oh, is that when you punch someone?
In your face.
I think you slap them.
You slap them, no punches.
Oh. Did you hear about Mike Trout's deal?
460 million?
I got it at 430.
Still a lot.
12-year deal, $430 million.
Do you think you will live out that contract?
And 12, you think he'll live 12 years? I think he'll probably live 12 years.
I almost say no.
I did the math on it, broke it down to daily. It's really close to $100,000 a day.
Who is this?
Mike Trout,
Who is that? Who
baseball
dat?
player for the Angels.
You don't think he'll live 12 years?
He's 21 or something.
Nah, probably not.
With that kind of cash, you're
Yeah,
probably right.
He's
No.
gonna die.
He's gonna
He's gonna
OD
OD
on
or
cocaine.
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
460 million is $100,000 a day for 12 years.
430.
430. Wow.
What would you do?
Maybe I did the math wrong.
Play baseball and get paid.
I mean, I
I
never
know.
even thought. I'm just.
But like, what would you do with that kind of money? Like, I can't even wrap my head around that kind of.
In the off
Access.
season, I would probably just have my own island.
Like, I want it. Yeah, it's
Not
like.
deal with
I mean,
people.
what can you buy an island with that kind of money?
You can probably
You
build
can
an
finance
island.
it for like 5 years. I only want to use it for a set time. I don't want to buy it.
Rent it.
Yeah.
98.
See,
It's like a
would-
timeshare.
Would you, if you had that kind of money, would you buy things or would you just rent what you want to mess with for a year? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to buy a Ferrari. I'll lease it. I
Yeah,
don't
you
want to
do
buy it
lease
though.
Ferraris.
Yeah, I don't buy Ferraris.
No, or yachts. Why would you buy a yacht? I mean, how many times a year can you actually use a yacht?
4 months.
Really though, even if you're a professional baseball player, you got off-season training, right? I mean, that's a weekend. You get like maybe 4
Yeah, you
weekends
rent
on
a
that yacht.
Yeah, that's what Jay-Z does.
Jay-Z, I don't believe Jay-Z rents things.
Yeah. Why would he buy a yacht?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
I
a
don't,
lot of upkeep.
I don't- and
Unless you're
planes-
retired, there's no point.
people that buy planes.
That makes sense. They be traveling everywhere to do
If you have a
concerts.
business though that requires plane travel, which I guess once you have that much money, you're kind of international at
What, are
that
you gonna
point.
be Soldier Boy riding
But-
business class?
But if you're, I think he is now. But if you're,
Never that.
if you're a baseball player, it does not make sense to have a plane.
Yeah, it does.
Why?
I mean, if
Yeah,
you
why
travel
would you
for
if your
games,
team?
Yeah, you travel with the
Yeah,
team.
team.
You
not if
can't-
you a superstar.
Team
Nah,
have fun. Still
you will
travel with
get-
the team.
No, that's
I'm just
probably not
joking.
allowed.
It
yeah,
isn't.
and there'll be a den of wolves on you if you're that
team
guy.
building.
A den of wolves.
Exactly.
I like that. Sounds like a song.
Band name, I call it.
Shoot.
Hey, I have a question.
Den of Wolves, Nickelback's little brother.
Don't hate on the greats.
Look at this meme.
Hey, if poison is past its expiration date,
Not enough syllables. Go ahead. Poisons. The expiration date.
is it still poisonous?
I don't know. What do
Is
you
it
want me to-
more
you want me to
deadly or
drink
less
something?
deadly?
Depends on what it is. Same way with medicines.
How do you feel about cheese getting color on it?
Nasty. Don't discolor
Cheese is
my
already
cheese.
old, right?
But then that's
Oh yeah.
it's
Okay,
growing.
so we got in an argument at work recently over a bag of cheese that had been sitting out for a few hours. Do you eat that or no?
yes.
What kind of cheese?
Was
Yes.
it poisonous?
Shredded cheddar.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I
cheese-
left a Lunchable
what
on my
brand?
dashboard and I ate
Kraft.
the cheese.
Yeah, eat it. It's like 90% wood pulp anyway.
What's what I said? I don't know what brand it was. It was crap.
I got a Lunchable on my dashboard.
And I'm gonna eat it when I get in the car.
It's fairly cool outside, so.
Well, but isn't cheese
'cause
just
now
mold? And doesn't it
The
age
block
at room
will
temperature?
Turn into one piece.
No idea.
You
how
know
cheese is
exactly
made.
what it is. you have lived that before.
Shredded cheddar has more surface area, I feel like, for mold to grow on.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it
we
is
got a
mold,
point.
isn't it?
But how long
No.
does it take for mold to grow? It's not going to grow in 8 hours.
It just
No.
becomes blue cheese.
Ooh,
Right.
blue
I
cheese
hate
is that
blue
good.
cheese.
I'm a blue
It's
cheese hater
nasty.
as well.
Oh,
Do you like goat
man.
cheese?
All right.
Some of
Never
them.
had goat cheese, I don't think.
Goat cheese is not that good. It's not salty. But blue cheese, oh man.
Jared, I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
How do you feel about smoked Gouda?
You got a
Good.
clock.
Gouda's pretty
Got me
good.
I'm going to give you 30 seconds to name 10 kinds of cheese. Ready?
30 seconds. That's
Set.
Hold on.
Go.
Cheddar. Pepper jack.
American.
That's not cheese.
Is anybody timing
I
it?
will not count
I thought you said-
American
Anytime
as
I
cheese.
count.
Swiss. Baby Swiss. Extra sharp cheddar. Medium cheddar. Mozzarella. Gouda.
Why y'all
Havarti.
whispering, idiots.
Provolone.
You're at 10,
All
but
right,
I
good
feel
job.
like you did 3 different cheddars.
He couldn't have done it. With,
Chever.
Pimento.
that's goat cheese. That's a brand, though.
Pimento.
That's not cheese.
Yes, it is.
Did you just say Bel Chef?
What's your favorite fancy cheese and what's your favorite common person cheese?
Fromunda and
Do y'all remember that joke?
Parmesan Reggiano.
Or Reggiano.
I love pepper jack cheese.
You ever smell
I don't know
from
why.
under
I like the spiciness in it.
Someone heard me.
No, I thought it was great. Thank you.
Nacho cheese.
The cheese from under the.
From under DCDs.
Nuts.
I thought we were trying to keep this podcast family friendly.
Oh, stop.
What's the point of bleeping everything if we're just going to talk about nuts and sex robots?
So Bill
I
and
was-
Ted is coming out.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
What are you? They're redoing it.
No, they're coming out with 3.
Who's playing Bill and Ted?
Keanu Reeves and
He's doing
They're
that.
doing it, yeah.
All right. I never saw 2.
2 was good.
No, 1 wasn't good.
1 was fantastic.
It wasn't.
Mm,
I mean,
alright,
it's
I
funny.
give it like a 1.5.
Oh,
I would give it like a
movie review.
5.5.
We need to do that.
You didn't watch it.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Watched it last night
Billy's mother.
You got so
and
mad.
last week.
Billy's mother had 3 children. The first was named April. The second was named May. What was the third child's
Die.
Billy!
name? Fast. Okay.
Wait, say that again?
No. I'm not reading.
It's not Billy, is it?
Yeah, Billy's mother had 3 children. One was named April, one was named May. What was the third one named? Billy, because it's Billy's mom.
Catfish Billy.
We done watched the movie, we about to do some debating. And if it was bad, we gon' say it's bad, it's not hating. And if it was good, we gon' call it good or entertaining. 1 through 6 beers, that is how we do our rating. So sit back, relax, and kick up your feet as the RTB podcast judges movie. And if you got an opinion, you know where you can go stick it. This is our podcast, and you don't have to listen to it.
Here at the RTB podcast, we judge movies by a rating of 1 to 6. And Quozo has a joke first.
Did you know that if you rip a hole in a net, that there are fewer holes in the net?
Not a joke. More like a haiku.
I have a funny sense of humor.
I don't think funny is a term they use for a sense of humor. It's like dry or wet.
Funny.
Who has a wet sense of humor?
You know,
I do have a wet sense of humor. I can't do dry.
it's very slow-witted.
I'm like a sweet dinner wine. You know what I mean?
So gross.
You can't have too much of it. You're like, all right, go away.
Yeah.
Like a nice Riesling.
Bobby G, you have a joke as well.
Yeah, Quozo told me I was bad at puns, so here's the pun.
All right.
I was walking the other day, and some guy was like, "Bro, you want a pamphlet?" And I said, "Bro, sure."
Yeah.
All right. So the movie we're reviewing is Triple Frontier. That was Deputy Dave's pick. He's not here today.
He gave it a 3.5.
He gave it a 3.5.
Which generous.
Super.
So I missed a good one.
No, 3.5 was super generous.
Yeah.
I meant a good one to miss, as in it sucked.
Oh, no, you would have loved it. You and Dave have had a lot of the same ratings.
Here's my thing about it. When I finished it, it wasn't by any means bad. But you know those movies, which y'all would probably say all the Pretty Little Horses, but when you're done, you're just like, why did I watch this? Like, what was the
That
whole
was definitely all the Pretty Horses.
Yeah.
intention of this? Like that moment, you know the moment I'm talking about in the movie where
Y'all
I'm
can
just like,
spoil it. I don't care.
when they shot him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'm done. Turn it off.
You know what my first thought was when they're coming over they're headed towards the cliff in the helicopter,
Yeah.
and they've got 50 million in the helicopter and 200 hanging.
Yeah.
So they dropped the 50 and kept the 200.
Yeah.
They should have dropped the 200. 50 was more than they thought they were going to get anyway.
Well, it was 45 million than they got.
You know what I was thinking?
Why?
Why didn't you
'Cause
put
they
the
don't-
200 in the helicopter and the 50 down low?
200 is a lot of money.
Because it wouldn't. I mean, maybe it wouldn't fit, but you could have got more in the helicopter.
So did the helicopter go down because it weighed too much?
Yeah,
for the
I
money?
see. And the whole premise of this was just like, I get that they were like,
They got greedy once they started seeing it.
Yeah, but you just fill that helicopter up with whatever the weight limit is. Do you know what I mean? And then you fly home.
You're
Yeah.
good.
You don't. It was stupid.
Are you ready for the sequel though? Because it's coming.
But how many million were they over? Because if you were only like 7 million over,
They had 250 million, and 200 of it was in a cargo net hanging below the helicopter. So they had 50 in the helicopter, and they couldn't get over this mountain peak. And they decided, we'll throw the 50 out, and we'll keep the 200, and we'll make it. And that wasn't enough weight. They should have dropped the 200 and kept the 50, and they'd have gone on about their lives.
And then you all still get $10 million.
Yeah, and you went down there for 15 grand
Yeah.
or something. What was it?
17 grand with
17
the
grand each.
possibility of keeping more
Yeah.
legally.
So you were good with going to South America for $17,000. That's what you needed to do for your family.
Can I tell you?
It's
When,
Ben Affleck's fault.
and when he got shot in the head, I was like,
does dumb stuff.
good riddance. I had no, like, they tried to do this emotional, like everybody was sad thing.
Yeah.
He's the reason it didn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
I told Cassie.
I didn't like Ben Affleck in that at all.
This
And
is-
I'm a fan.
This is our thing.
I'm not.
You guys always make fun of me, but when the donkey died and Ben Affleck had a smart comment to say about it, I was like, he's dead. You don't see an innocent animal die and say something smart like that.
What did he say?
It's foreshadowing. It's like, it's a donkey, man. Come on.
Yeah.
We could have all died. And like, that's true, but be a little more sensitive. The donkey,
You know what the funniest
the
part
donkey
of
just
that?
exploded.
I did laugh.
Animals are people too.
I did laugh when the donkey. I didn't laugh when the donkey fell, but when they looked down and you just see this explosion when
Yeah.
the
The
donkey
money.
turned into money.
I wish there would have been a little bit of fire come out.
The donkey was super bad CGI, I think. Also
Oh,
going
yeah,
off.
yeah.
I was like,
But
ah.
Netflix, I'm starting to wonder because that's been my complaint about a lot of the Netflix originals. I guess they're good movies, but the budgets aren't there for like the CGI yet, I don't think. Or it hasn't seemed that way to me.
That's why they're raising their prices.
Did anybody else have
Yeah.
a problem that we don't really know how much money they had? Like they were just like, oh, this weighs so much, 80 pounds or
Well,
whatever. You know,
when you're
It's
from
just
the
like,
when you're from the rap game, that's how rappers do their
$1
money.
million will weigh 10 pounds.
That's how they
Okay.
do it in the rap game.
That's just a conversion point for you.
it's just
Wait,
like
I thought,
weird.
what do you
Step
mean we
your
didn't
weight
know?
up and you would know about
They didn't
that.
really know how much money they got. They
Nah.
just weighed it
Oh,
and-
right,
on a broken
right,
scale too.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, well, if that scale's even close to accurate, we've got 250 million
Which-
bucks. It's like, cool, let's
Which
go.
I feel like scales aren't like broken, like kind of broken. Like, is that a thing? Like, can you have a kind of broken
Yeah,
scale?
one year I thought I was doing great, and then I got a new scale. And
I guess you can have them off.
miscalibrated.
Yeah, miscalibrated. That's true.
I had been weighing up. Anyway, it was just middle of the road for me. It was
Two. Because for me, it was a 2 the whole time, and I was waiting on a moment to bring it to like a 3. Like I was in the beginning, I was like, "This is not great, but there could be some sort of cool twist." And like the best moment of me was when Ben Affleck got shot in the head.
I feel like it was kind of Bird Box in the sense that it was entertaining enough for me to go all the way through it.
Right.
But nothing ever satisfied me.
Right.
I never got
Like
to the
because
climax of the movie.
Movies like which In
Stupid.
Bruges is good the whole way through, but like right there at the end, it gets a whole point. You know what I mean? Like the way you see them tie it all up together and
Yeah.
just sweep it under the rug, you're like, oh my gosh,
a lot of
that's-
a lot of callbacks in that movie.
yeah. And in this, it was like, oh, here's the coordinates. Hope you can find it. Like what?
I did want to go there. That was some beautiful scenery. I want to go to
The Mexican jungle?
the Brazilian jungle.
Oh, was it Brazil?
I'm pretty sure.
It's the
I thought it was
Amazon.
Peru. They started in
I think
Mexico,
it was
right?
Brazil.
They started in Mexico.
There's no way to be sure. I gave it a 3 for just floating through middle of the road.
2. I give it a 2 because I hated Ben Affleck. And there's been you were talking about The Town in the last podcast.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies with him in it.
So that'll work for me to like him a little bit.
Yeah. If you don't like him in that, you're never gonna find something you like him in. I don't think.
What'd you give it, Pat?
I gave it a 3.
As well.
I was real disappointed that all these ex-military guys who did all this work for this money, and they ended up throwing it away, and then you see them all hiking away after they threw it away, and it's like none of them had a bag on their back or anything. It's like you couldn't carry one bag, like even if you just carried it like a suitcase.
Well, you
like,
saw the
you
battle.
couldn't carry one bag.
They had a battle at the beach they had to go through.
Yeah, but they didn't know they were going to get there.
True.
Well, one guy went down and said this
There
going
were
to be
holes
rough.
all over that movie. You're right.
I mean, they could have.
I think
I would have at least tried to carry 2 bags, and then something happened, I would have dropped it. But so I gave it a 3, and with those numbers, it gets a 3.
Okay. Where's our button? Triple Frontier.
So it's your turn.
Stamped 3. Is it my turn? Because I wasn't prepared.
I thought it was my turn.
Well, Deputy Dave sits here.
Yeah, but if we're going by those rules, I should have went last time.
Yeah, why didn't you?
Just go.
Because
Pat.
you sat here.
I don't care. Do you
What's your
have
movie,
one?
Pat?
I'm going with the Highwaymen.
Oh,
Sweet.
I saw that.
I wanted to watch it last night, but I went
You
ahead
did?
and rewatched. No, I wanted to,
Oh.
but I went ahead and rewatched.
Cassie wanted to also, and I said, I am too
You're welcome.
Sleepy.
sleepy for this movie.
Yeah, cool.
Triple Frontier 3 Highwaymen on Netflix. Or is it The Highwaymen?
I don't know. I tried to. open
It's
my
got
Netflix app,
Woody
it wouldn't open.
Harrelson
And Antonio Banderas.
No.
No.
What is that dude's
And
name?
Will Smith.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin
Benjamin
Smith.
Bratt.
Kevin
Batman.
Michael Keaton as well.
George Clooney.
George Clooney was in it.
Val Kilmer.
Ben Affleck's the voice of the dog.
Adam West, back from the grave.
Never heard of him.
Zombie.
Are we
Never
doing?
heard of it.
Are we doing a new scale for season 2? By the
Yeah.
way, this is the season opener of season 2.
Is it?
Welcome to season 2. Should have said that in my intro.
Let's
We've
just
made
keep
it-
season 1 going.
We've made it at 1/4 of a year. Everyone give yourself.
We should
a
do
pat on the back.
half-year seasons,
22 episode season.
or we should do
Do it.
season
Shoulder, Mr.
1.5.
Shoulder.
Pat on the back.
Pat, get off my back.
I just pat on the back.
Pat
Write
on the
that down.
back.
Write that down.
Pat.
Anybody know like how many listeners we have now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
42,000.
I heard we broke 1 million subscribers.
No, we
Thank you
didn't.
to each and every
Subscribers.
one of us.
1 million listens per week.
Did we get any emails from anybody? Or
Yeah,
anything?
I sent it to you.
Yeah.
What
but-
was the last email?
Said you guys are the best.
It's someone that's been on the podcast.
No,
Wish our fans would reach out to us if we have any.
We don't.
Reach out
do
in
this time.
touch.
Do y'all want to hear the plot twist in the toothbrush saga?
ooh, do we?
What's the toothbrush?
I don't
saga?
know. I'm
You
just
clean your grout with it in the bathroom.
so we both, acquired separate toothbrushes a while back.
Yeah.
Twice now I've walked into the bathroom.
And she's using yours.
Right. So now it makes me wonder a lot of things. Like what would be the
And I
motivation?
wonder-
Why does she keep using your toothbrush?
I'm not sure.
She's marking her
What kind of
territory.
Because we
Sadistic.
found out originally that I was using hers for a while and she didn't know. And
That's
so,
the same as when dogs pee on other dogs' pee.
Oh, interesting.
The pee doesn't go in their mouths, so it's not.
But it's marking your territory.
But it's not pee. Coming from her mouth, I hope.
We'd have some serious problems if that was
What if that's how you peed? Just went in the bathroom and...
opened your mouth.
Aww.
Oh man.
Family friendly here.
Is the game back on? Can we stop this yet?
Yeah, it's back on. Auburn's up 42 to
Anybody
39.
else got things for the
Kiki.
podcast?
And that guy's
No,
getting
I
wheeled
tried.
out.
I put in a good solid effort. Here.
I got stuff.
What you got?
I got
We will see you next week.
If you replace W with T and what, where, and when, you get the answer to all of those questions.
There, that, and then.
There and thin. Oh, that's pretty good.
Waterboarding at Guantanamo Bay sounds like an awesome time if you don't know what waterboarding in Guantanamo Bay are.
Kind of like a... Sounds like a water park.
Sounds like a fun water activity in a
We're going
nice
down
location.
to Guantanamo Bay for
I
vacation.
had to think about what you said, and that's pretty good. Just thinking like If you were telling your kids.
Yeah. Hey, you want to go waterboarding at Guantanamo? Yeah.
What if I'm dreaming, I'm awake, and I'm awake, I'm dreaming? Why is it that a fine is a tax for doing something bad, but a tax is a fine for doing something good?
In Thailand, it is considered a capital punishment if someone touched the queen. In 1880, the queen drowned when her royal boat capsized on the way to the palace. The many witnesses to the accident did not dare touch the queen while she was drowning.
Sex robots. That would have been the cure for that situation.
They couldn't have got in the water. They would have shorted out.
Nah, my phone can go in the water.
Lies.
It's
Fill up
waterproof, right?
Go throw it in the pool.
Fill up that thing.
I don't have a pool.
They didn't know that.
You should get like, oh, you know
Got a
what you
golf
should
cart.
do?
What?
You should dig a hole inside the octagon.
Like a moat.
But
A fire pit moat.
boom.
Boom. Fire pit moat. Hot tub.
Oh,
But
where the
leave-
tub gets heated up. By
Yeah.
Boom.
Leave the
Thinking with your
swings and
big
everything.
brain.
So
Swing
you could
into
swing
the
into the
hot tub fire pit moat.
That's
I'm
all for this week.
what they call an innovator.
All right,
Sex
build it.
robots.
Have you heard of Da Vinci?
No.
He had a code.
He really wasn't that big of a deal.
He was.
He could fly.
Did some stupid inventions and painted just a couple pictures.
That
Yeah,
damn
nothing too
Lisa.
impressive.
Fair enough. Can't
I
argue
feel
with
like
that.
if I could go back in time, I would have invented some of the things that are invented.
Like what?
Like what?
Well, I would hope you would, since you're from the future.
If you already had
No, I don't mean knowing what I
having the
know.
information.
Oh, I got you. If you were just part of those times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the wheel? I think if I was in America with the Indians, I'd have been like, dog, you know, like when we cut down a tree, what if we just like take one of those round things and just roll it and we can put stuff on it?
Do you think that they said the same thing that people say now? Like when somebody comes out with like, you know, Uber or something like, man, why didn't I think of that?
Oh, yeah.
obviously.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then some guy was like made a wheel or something, and you know, the guys over there like,
Should
I
have
was
thought
right
of that.
there.
I was using a square instead of a circle.
Was the first wheel round or was it like?
Yes.
Stop.
Kind of octagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
Round.
was just the same thought in my head, and somebody walks up and goes, "Dude, take the corners off that thing. You probably do better."
Yeah, but I don't think it's considered a wheel if it's an octagon.
And
Well, I
then,
know, but whatever was pre-wheel, like
imagine
what were the
octagon
steps?
wheels.
Why would anyone make something pre-wheel? The wheel is the easiest thing to make.
no, but then they were probably like, "Well, how am I gonna stop if I got no flat sides?"
The horse pulling it.
So then it was like,
So you put your brakes on the wheel,
yeah,
Jesus
I didn't have brake pads and rotors and drums and handlebar brakes.
and hydraulics and smoothmatics.
I see that thing. You got.
Asthmatic, gasma attack it.
Asthmatics.
Coming back through. Oops, there goes a habit. Fit-o-phatic.
Oh, the new outro. You want to put on Pat?
Today I learned that in 1916 there was a proposed amendment to the U.S. Constitution that would put all acts of war to a national vote, and anyone voting yes would have to register as a volunteer for service in the United States Army. No,
That's
fine.
interesting.
I hate you.
It
I
is
hope
interesting.
Auburn loses.
Would you vote for war if you had to go to war?
Why?
You're telling me like World War II goes down, you're not signing up? Like if
No.
you were in that time?
So I've been playing Call of Duty here lately. And
I've been getting my ass kicked.
and I've discovered old timey war is not for me. It has to be modern warfare where I need a crew to run together.
Right. That whole like, I don't know, so much like war to me now seems more doable than it did then. That whole sitting in a like ditch thing, waiting on them to come over the edge, not my style of fighting.
Exactly.
You don't know if it would have worked though.
Yeah, World War One, it would suck.
Well,
World War Two's be more my speed.
Back to going back and inventing new
I
things.
hate to say this, but if I was in World War II, I'd be that guy like lagging behind. Like, yeah, y'all go take care of this.
our 6.
I'll be up there.
I'm a sniper.
Oh, you don't want to get caught if you were a sniper. They torture the out of you. It's like being a bowman in the medieval times.
Wait till the robots start fighting our wars for us.
It's coming. They already fight our wars, drones.
Yeah, but I'm talking about sex robots.
I'll sex your guys better than you can sex our guys.
Why wouldn't you give the enemy troops sex robots so they could stop reproducing and end the war?
That's what they're doing to us. That's what China's doing to America
Russia,
right now.
Russia.
Russia.
Iran.
I'm gonna brush up on my Russia.
Iran. So
I did
far
hear an
away.
interesting question about what if all this that's in like our political and cultural climate right now is just stage 5 of Russian infiltration and making us focus on
Russia don't care.
like gender issues and things that
Pat's playing basketball.
It's
I can hear him bouncing the ball.
he's been done though.
yeah, he has.
All right, I gotta get to my father-in-law's birthday. I really enjoyed this.
Get out of here.
Y'all
My
are
phone died.
the dopest friends I have. Chauncey, it was a pleasure finally getting to
Oh
do
man,
this
it
with
was
you.
nice. We must do this again.
Yeah.
Thanks for both of you coming on the same day.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. It's nice.
A little culture around here.
Yeah.
My other favorite conspiracy theory is dinosaurs built the pyramids.
Too late.
Next week on RTV Pod.
Everybody think about a conspiracy theory and come in with it. What's the email address?
Is this something?
rtbpod@gmail.com.
Goodbye, adios, see ya on the flip side. Hasta la vista, it's been real and it's been fun. Hey, it's been really fun to meet ya. Goodbye, we gotta go. Time for you to click the next episode. Unless you're caught up, then it's time to find a different podcast to listen to. Cause this one's ending. Goodbye, this is the end. If you would like, you can listen again. Just take your finger and slide that little slider back to the beginning. And goodbye, we bid thee farewell. If you got time, send us an email. Let us know where you are listening from. For some reason, I feel like that would help. Goodbye. Oh yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. Goodbye.
That's the new outro.
That's pretty good.
Hey, where do they subscribe to?
Hey, that's pretty good.
Subscribe at YouTube. Rock the Beat Studios podcast on YouTube.
We're on YouTube?
Yeah. And subscribe on whatever. Follow, click, like.
Whatever your audio platform of choice is.
Wherever you listened from. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
You've been listening to the podcast, now it's over. I wrote this here just so we could have closure. RTB took you on an odyssey as we hit it at the bar like a walk-off homer. This is the end, this is the end. If you still listening, you can probably turn it off now. Unless you're looking for these outro bars, then I'ma go hard till the neighbors call the cops. And I gotta tell them, hey, I know Deputy Dave and Bobby G say, let Resto Quozo play. You've been listening to the podcast, now it's over. I told you, turn it off, but you're still here. I suppose I can keep putting flows in your ears till you're bleeding out your nose or until you can't hear. I suppose I should let you know about the email, rtbpod@gmail. Hit us up, let us know if you think we failed. Tell us why, don't leave out a single detail. Cause we need the criticism, we need you to tell us when we need to do it different. Just bring it to our attention. You know our minds been living in different dimensions, and it might be time to bend and switch up the rhythm. I don't know, I can't say. It's all I wrote for the outro, so hey, thanks for listening, and this is goodbye. And I hate to say this every time, but subscribe.
You win. Perfect.